Hello and welcome to the Android N game development course by Pike Publishing. My name is James Saeed and I've been developing games for Android using the Android SDK and libgdx for over 6 years now and produced a highly successful How to Make a 2D Game series on YouTube, spanning well over 50 videos which involves creating desktop, iOS and Android games using libgdx. I've also published 2 games on the Google Play Store amassing thousands of downloads. The Android SDK is extremely powerful with creating games, despite what people may think, especially with new APIs introduced in Android N, such as VR and Vulkan. We'll also be using libgdx, which is an open source cross-platform game development library that supports Android. It makes game development a lot easier and includes a slew of extra features. In this course, we will be going through both libraries to make a simple game. This course contains 7 sections. In the first section, we will simply be installing all the necessary tools needed for development and have a basic project setup that we can run and work from. Additionally, we'll also go through the ins and outs of Android Studio. In the second section, we will look at how an Android app works and runs from the ground up, along with looking at the development process of a basic Android app. In the third section, we will use the Android N SDK to learn the basics of creating a simple game and covering concepts such as a game loop, rendering graphics, and receiving user input. In the fourth section, we will be adding some flair to our basic game in order to give it some depth and personality by implementing animations and sensor input. In the fifth section, we will move on from the core Android SDK and use the knowledge obtained until this point to further develop our game using libgdx. In the sixth section, we will go through how to interact with our player and the real world with libgdx. By the end of this course, we will look at using libgdx to create 3D games by introducing the 3D engine and importing models from Blender. By the end of this course, you'll be able to set up your own template Android or libgdx project to be imported into Android Studio, and then go on forth to create a basic Android game, a basic 2D libgdx game, or even a basic 3D libgdx game. For this course, you will need a basic computer setup, but nothing too powerful is required. You will also require a good amount of patience as bugs and errors are a given in programming. This course is aimed for intermediate Java programmers who are comfortable with the Java programming language and may or may not have ever used the Android SDK before.